Hello, artists! Today we're going to start a special project using clay. There are lots of different kinds of clay that you may have used before. Play-Doh, modeling clay, salt dough. This kind of clay is called earth clay or earthenware because it comes out of the earth. When we work with clay, it's in a stage called plastic, which means that it's really easy to model and shape and add beautiful textures to. After we have created our projects, we'll let all the water that's inside the clay evaporate out of it, and it will get to a stage called bone dry or dry as a bone. Once it's bone dry, it goes into a special oven called a kiln that gets up to 2,000 degrees. And when the clay comes out of it, we can decorate it by adding color in different ways. Once the clay comes out of the kiln, it is permanent and it can last for a very long time if you take good care of it, up to thousands of years. This year, we're going to be making some clay mirrors, and we're going to be playing around with an element of art called texture. We'll use texture mats and texture stamps to create beautiful textures in our clay. Once they come out of the kiln, we'll add color to the clay, and I'll glue some mirrors to the back of them so they become beautiful works of art that you can take home and share with your families. Everyone in the class is going to receive a slab of clay to work with. A slab is a flat sheet of clay that we can use to add textures or sometimes to build with. We want to make sure that our slab isn't thicker than our thumb and that it doesn't become thinner than our pinkies. There are lots of texture tools to add beautiful textures and designs into your clay. You can roll textures, you can stamp textures, and you can press textures into the clay. If you find that you make a texture and you want to make a change, you can smooth it out and try again. Once you're happy with all of the designs and textures in your clay, we'll use a circle cutter and we'll cut the clay into a nice big circle shape. You can use the extra clay that comes off the outside to play with and explore with, and when you're done, we'll put it into our clay scrap bucket and recycle it for another project. Then we'll cut out a smaller circle from the middle. That's where the mirror is going to go. So you're kind of making a beautiful textured clay frame for your mirror. When it's time to add color to our clay, we'll do it in a special way that shows off all of the beautiful textures that you're adding into the clay. Here are a few tips for you to be careful with when you're working with clay. When you're rolling the clay, the pattern usually shows up the best if you do it slowly and carefully. If you go over and over again, you can't really see the pattern anymore. When you're stamping the clay, try not to press the stamp down too hard. It might make it difficult to attach the mirror if the clay becomes very uneven from pressing too hard. My last tip is to remember that we don't want the clay to become any thinner than our pinkies. If we roll and press too hard, it could make the clay thin, and thin clay is easy to break. We want our projects to last a long time. Okay, artists, have a great time creating with clay, and I can't wait to see what you make.